This is absolutely wild. Donald Trump's DOJ has fired Maurene Comey. That is James Comey's daughter. But more importantly, Maurene Comey was the federal prosecutor who helped bring charges against this. You can't write this stuff, against Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Yes, let that sink in for a moment. The woman who helped take down the most infamous sex trafficker in modern history was abruptly removed from her position in the Manhattan U.S. District Attorney's Office with no explanation given. And this was not a quiet reshuffling. This came directly from Washington, not her local office. In other words, this was a political hit job. Comey had been with the office for nearly a decade. She was not some rookie. She was senior trial counsel and by all accounts, deeply respected by her peers. And in fact, after she was fired, dozens of prosecutors walked her out of the building in solidarity, which doesn't happen unless something really stinks. And this is where it all gets even more suspicious. Donald Trump and his Attorney General Pam Bondi have been under fire for refusing to release additional Epstein files. These are the same files that many believe could implicate powerful people. And instead of transparency, they are stonewalling. And now suddenly, the prosecutor most closely linked to those cases, who happens to be the daughter of Trump's longtime enemy, gets fired. That is not subtle. And this is the Trump strategy in full view. You punish your enemies, you protect your allies, you bury the truth. And it's really not just about Maurene Comey. This is, Trump's directed the DOJ to investigate her father, James Comey. Again, he's digging up the Russia probe stuff from 8 years ago. He's latching onto Instagram posts. He's arguing that Comey might have even made up the Epstein documents. So this is a purge. It's petty, but it's also political and extraordinarily serious. And it is not a coincidence that people like Laura Loomer and others have been demanding that Maurene Comey be removed. They tried to discredit her. They pressured Bondi to fire her, and she's gone. MAGA asked, and Trump has delivered. And this is simply not how justice is supposed to work. A sitting president interfering with the legal system to protect himself and punish his critics. And it's part of a broader pattern. Trump forced DOJ prosecutors to drop that corruption case against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. That led to resignations. One of the most powerful U.S. attorney's offices in the country, gutted for political convenience. Trump promised to drain the swamp. But what we're seeing is he doesn't really want to drain it. He wants to run the swamp. And so where we find ourselves right now, and we're going to have to figure out where it goes, is what's in the Epstein files that Trump doesn't want us to see. We have a sense, and we're going to keep trying to answer that question. But why are they so afraid of just one prosecutor that they had to fire her without any reason? And so it increasingly is stepping away from justice and towards cover-up. Trump's melting down. He's trying to keep it buried. And that is where we find ourselves today. And it is breaking Donald Trump's brain. And that's what I want to talk about next. I've talked before about how I have allocated a portion of my assets to individual stocks. And when it comes to individual stocks, how do you get the information that is going to help you meaningfully decide what makes sense for you? And that's exactly why I've been testing out Investing Pro. This is the new flagship platform from investing.com. And the whole idea here is it's a tool to find stocks others may be missing. And the feature I've been using is called Warren AI. It's kind of like ChatGPT trained on up-to-the-minute market data. So you can ask it, what happened to NVIDIA yesterday? What might be moving Tesla stock? Or if I have X to invest, how might I allocate it? And the answers are fast, precise, and actually helpful, which is different than a lot of finance content. It's all powered by investing.com's data engine. It's designed to give retail investors tools more like the ones that the pros use. Take advantage of their huge summer sale, giving you 50% off, plus you'll get an additional 15% off when you sign up at davidpakman.com/invest. The link is in the description.